What's up, everybody, and good morning from the Philippines. Yes, the beautiful, sunny Philippines, specifically Angeles City. The beach weather report today in Angeles City is fine. The sand is white. The waves are crashing. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah, right. 66 people in the house already. Let's get some thumbs up. Hang on, let me hang on, there we go. Let me mute that there. All right, mute that. What's going on, everybody? See, we got a lot of action. I already take care of somebody in here. I don't know why this guy keeps popping up. This CNFK 54 band. He's a troll. I thought I booted him already. How's everybody doing? Paul S., how are you? Mark King, how are you? Chowdu, Odin, Hillbilly in the USA. C.D. Morrison was here at 1:41 a.m. Kevin Nash was here at 1:51 a.m. People were jumping on and making comments early in the morning. IRL Media, how are you guys doing? Brooke Schneider, Tom and Ruth. Wow, long time since I've spoke to Tom and Ruth. How are you guys doing? When was the last time I was in the USA? Gil and Eric, how are you guys doing? Wow, it was about a year ago. It was a year ago, last October. I went back to the States, and I wasn't back there last, 6 years? Of course, with everything getting shut down, locked down, and all that, that put to a stop. I always said 5 years. After 5 years, I was going back to visit, but of course, with the lockdown, that didn't happen. But yeah, about a year ago in the fall. So I'm about 11 more years. I'll be making the move. Cool. Awesome. Check out where you want to be. Check out where you want to live. Make sure you're happy where you're going to be. Spend time where you plan to retire. That's what I always say. My fiance and I made a deal. She's coming here to the USA in about 4 months until I retire. If I promise her I will be back to the Philippines with her when I retire. Yeah, she might get to the States and not want to leave the States. Then again, you never know, right? Look, she came to the States. She was there 2 years and said, you know what? States, I like it. It's beautiful, but not my thing. I'm like, all right, let's go. Mark Doyle, how you doing? How's Mark Doyle? Bruce, hello, Bruce. Thanks for joining in. Hopefully the internet is going to work. I was having problems with it earlier. Imagine that. I reset the router and everything. Now it seems to be working okay. So hopefully the internet is going to work and cooperate today. Yes, Mike, it is a beautiful day in Angeles City. It is. Starting to get warm out. We just got the weirdest electric bill ever. Lowest ever. Yes. So was ours. We got our electric bill. Our electric bills, probably for the past, I don't know, 3-4 months have been outrageously crazy. One was up to 16,000 pesos. That's close to $300 for a month worth of electric. This recent bill we got, I think Lutz said, was almost 9,000 pesos. So it dropped. They control the price. Daryl Charity, my friend, how are you? How is Daryl Charity? Still pissed off. Yeah. Chris, how are you doing, Chris? Good morning to you also. Paul as past and present in history. How are you doing? Where are we at? Howdy from Tampa. Morning from Malabañas, riding the Philippines. Comments go by quick, guys. I apologize if I skip over some, uh, but they go by so quick. Says there are 204 people. Outstanding. How many thumbs up we got? We got 50. Guys, remember, thumbs up and thumbs down are greatly appreciated. For the algorithm. Baba bing da bing bang dude. Bada bing, bada bang, bada bing, bada bang. Bada bing, bada bang, dude. Jerry, how's Jerry? Rich Buwang. Good morning, Rich Buwang, too. A lot of joy going up the hill watching the deer run. I remember from your vlogs. Yes, it's just beautiful. My brother has a cabin up in the Pocono Mountain area on state game land. Thousands and thousands of acres of state game land. You can never own the land, but you can own the cabin it sits on, and it's just beautiful up there. All right, now that I got my coffee done. Where are we at? Sorry, guys. Yes, Lut is feeling better. Dumagetti, please hit thumbs up. Tim K is also live right now. Who cares? Some people think it's a competition. You going live and Tim K is going live. No, there's no competition. You know, it, he's got a lot bigger followers and things like that than I do. Everybody watches who they want to watch. I have no issue with Tim K. Never had an issue with Tim K. It is what it is, right? What's up, brother? Travel with Craig. How are you doing? When's my next update on the old Clark Air Base? Maybe this week. I got to get up there. Next week, next Monday, Lut and I are leaving on a trip. So yeah, I want to get up there by the time we leave and get an update on that. But yes, we're leaving on a trip on Monday, next Monday, to check out a place we possibly are going to move to. We'll see. We'll see. But stay tuned for that. I'm not going to tell you guys where we're going to go. Just stay tuned. We're doing a 10-day trip. So it'll be good. It'll be fun. I'm not going as a tourist. However, there are a couple of things we're going to do, but I'm going there to scout the area out. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. But yeah, we'll get an update on the hospital. Big hi from New Zealand. Holden Falcon Reggae. Daniel Ashlock. Scott P, how's the weather? Supposedly to fly in on Wednesday. I don't look at the I don't look at like the forecast, right? I don't bring it up and okay, what's the 7-day forecast here? Unless I'm traveling somewhere. Now I'll be checking the forecast for next week, but to look at a daily forecast or a weekly forecast, I really don't do it. I mean, if I get up, it's raining. It's raining. You know what I mean? What was that? Remember that little thing you could stick on your door? If it's wet, it's raining. If it's snow covered, it's snowing. If it's dry, it's sunny. And if it's gone, you've been ripped off. That's how I am here. I just kind of wake up. The weather's it's raining. It's this. It's that. But we'll hear about when a typhoon or something's going to roll through. We'll hear about that. But it could be sunny, and within an hour it could rain, and then sunny again here. But no, I would say, Scott, wherever you're going to be flying in, check the local weather there. If there's no big typhoon coming in, you're probably going to be okay. Probably going to be okay. Yeah. Your PayPal still work. Yeah, let's get into this here. All right, guys. Sorry if I'm GR. I see you, GR. All right, now I'm down at the bottom. Make my day dirty, Harry. Please say hello to Honey Joanne. Honey Joanne. Hello, I guess, Honey Joanne. Joanne? Joannie? Yeah. 228 people here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thumbs up, thumbs up. The question somebody asked about Lutz's PayPal account. That is finally taken care of. It's finally taken care of. Of course, when you live in the Philippines, you got to remember this. If you have anything that you need to handle back in the States, GR. Remember, we're a 12 hours difference between here. Like right now, it's 9:12 a.m. It's 9:12 p.m. Saturday back in the States, at least on the East Coast where I live. When you're dealing with issues here in the Philippines and you got to contact, say, businesses and things like that back in the States, you got to remember that. So you either got to get up early in the morning or wait till late in the evening to contact. So we had to contact PayPal. So I got the 800, or I got their contact number. One thing about PayPal is they actually give you a telephone number you can call. Unlike YouTube, they don't have a telephone number. So they do have a telephone number you can call. So I called it. Of course. And the first thing that is said is, El Español. Like they greet you with a Spanish recording. What happened to the American recording? And you guys know what I mean. And then, of course, you got to play the old, what is your issue? What is this? And all I do when I get automated things like that, I just say, I want to speak to a service representative. We understand that, but what is your really? That's all I keep doing. I want to speak to a service representative. I want to speak to a service representative. You can't answer my question. You're just a machine. So I got a hold of somebody. Finally, I got a hold of somebody. And I'm talking to the girl. And you guys know, or if you don't know, a lot of call centers are in the Philippines. A lot of call centers. So I'm listening to the woman, and I'm like, this girl's Filipino. I can understand the accent, right? So I asked her, I said, excuse me, ma'am, are you Filipino? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But the thing is, you can't speak in Tagalog. Like, I think it's against the policy, right? It has to be in English. Explained everything to her. She said, okay, I got to send you over to Chippy. Thank you, Chippy, sir. Go Dolphins. Bills, Cowboys are overrated. Bills and... thank you, sir. Thank you for the super chat. So she said, you got to go over to the fraud department. Go and hold a while. So finally we speak to the woman in fraud. And you could tell she knew her job. Let's put it that way. She knew her job. Very professional woman. Brought everything up. These people that hacked into Lutz's PayPal, there was 2 transactions. Money, Lut had a balance in there of maybe 1,400 pesos. Bill Walsh, thank you, sir. Super sticker, thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate it. Had a balance of 1,400 pesos, like $30, give or take. What they did was they sent it to somebody, and the name was there, right? You could see the name of the person it was sent to. Then somehow it was rejected and sent back to Lutz's PayPal. Then that person that it was sent to requested the money back, right? That didn't happen. That happened twice. It didn't get sent back. Somehow they think however they do it or scam or whatever. I don't know the whole scam, how they do it. It never got sent back. And then it happened twice. They did it to somebody else, right? Then they went in and added a credit card in Lut's PayPal. They added a credit card. So maybe they were thinking they could transfer the money from Lut's PayPal onto a credit card, right? Then they turned around and removed that credit card. This is how slick these dudes are, right? Then they removed that credit card, right? Then I think a third transaction happened. Now, we don't know. We're still waiting if it's getting rejected or not. But anyways, we had spoke to the PayPal people and very professional. Lut got a new phone, added the new phone to her PayPal account, changed the password and everything. Everything is set now. However, there's still another transaction where they pulled that 1,400 pesos and it hasn't gotten back yet. However, PayPal knows it. PayPal has put a dispute in on it. They're going to review it. They'll give Lut another email back to let them know what's going on. It's only $30, but it's $30, that Lut earned. That's Lut's. And PayPal's a multi-million, billion-dollar corporation. You know what I mean? If somebody puts money in your PayPal, they're always going to get a percentage or something out of it. And, PayPal's worldwide. So they're big money. They're not worried about $30. They're going to reimburse it. But that's what's going on with the PayPal. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy. I didn't want to, I could talk about it longer here than I can on a video. Even her Facebook guys, you guys know, I said that they went into her Facebook and everything and messaging all her friends. Why would you say that at Bisdak? What did Bisdak say? Where's that at? Why would you say that at Bisdak? What did Bisdak say? Hope you and you are feeling better since Mango Peace 9-foot shit. Hashtag Kelly Bang. Hey, you guys got that. You handle that, Mike. Travel with Craig. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Ryan Cowboys will play the Patriots on 10-1 Sunday, 1:25 Texas time. Yes, I'm aware of it. That's early morning. That would be early Monday morning, Victor Coco. Remember, we are 12 hours behind, so I would have to get up at 1. I'll just catch the highlights on that one. But her Facebook, like I said, I can talk more and get more in depth when I do a live. They were sending everybody on Lut's messengers because once Lut got her Facebook back, she could see every message that was being sent. This back is not well in the head. Well, we're all not well in the head, some form, shape, or another, right? She could see all the messages that were being sent out. Hey, I had an emergency. Can you Gcash me 1,000 pesos, 4,000 pesos, right? We could see it, what they were doing. These scumbags even went as far as saying, hey, my trike driver was in an accident. He's in the hospital. We want to help him out. Can you send us 1,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 pesos? And then they attached a picture of a person inside a trike, like all fucked up. You know what I mean? Like an accident picture. They were doing that. That's how slick these guys are. It's crazy. And nobody fell for it. Like, word got around quick between people I know, people Lut know. It got around quick. And even some of, like, Boards, Lut's good friend, she was, like, arguing with the people, like, you pieces of shit, you stole my my best friend's phone, fuck. And the funny part is, the people that stole that were engaging them in conversation, like they were engaging me in conversation. Like they're just garbage like that. And then, Oh, I'm not a bad person. Really? So you justify the fact, I think they justify the fact of stealing because they don't have money, because they live in poverty, because they don't want to get a job. Because if they did have a job, they'd get maybe 400 or 500 pesos a day. With when I can go out and steal the phone, and I can make that and then some, you know, easily. But I think in their mind they justify it that because I'm poor, that gives me the right to steal from people. I really do. I really do. It's crazy. The mentality sometimes is just like I always say, things that make you go, yeah. But Lutz got that all back. Hopefully, they did get one. They got one of Lutz's friends, right? And Lutz's friend, they contacted her. They said, "Hey, I have an emergency. Can you send me 1,000 pesos?" And she did it. Her friend did it. But soon after she did it and sent it, when she was going back home, she thought and realized there's something wrong here. So she went back to the place that she sent the money, but it was gone that quick. That quick, it was gone. It was 1,000 pesos, and like I told Lud, I said I'll give that woman 1,000 pesos back because she's a Filipino woman, and she works hard for everything she gets, and she doesn't have that extra money. She has money set aside for her electric bill, for her rent or whatever. She budgets her money. And I told Lud, I said, well, I'll make sure she gets that back. No, it was wrong. And, and they got her for it. But yeah, Adrian Shout Out. Hey, Adrian is in the house. Adrian Shout Out time. Remember, check out Adrian Shout Out time. But yeah, it's been a very interesting week. Lut got her phone she got that number shut off, as I explained in the video, because now everybody has to register their SIM card. And I said about a picture of a monkey, I think it was a monkey, because it made the news. When you register your SIM card, they ask you, are you a Filipino citizen? Are you an expat? Are you whatever? They ask you all that. And then you fill it out. And then you have to take a snapshot of an ID. So the ID registers with that SIM card. But come on, I could take a picture of Lut and register Lut's face with my SIM card. You know how it goes. But I think somebody did. I think somebody took a picture of a monkey and sent it in and got registered. So yeah, Lut just went down. Got that letter of affidavit from City Hall that said her SIM card was stolen. They went down there. They gave her, they shut it off. And here's the catch. They said, well, we'll be sending you a new SIM card. Or no, come back down here in 2 weeks because we're going to give you a new SIM card, which is attached to the telephone number that was stolen. It's like, I don't want that. They're like, well, you come and get it. You can crush it if you want. It's up to you. So yeah, that's done. Gentleman X, we set to hit the Philippines November, but he changed of plans. Now set for Colombia. All right. I hope you didn't. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. Hope you didn't change your mind because of my video. You gotta understand something, guys. We all know. Crime happens all over this world, everywhere you go. It doesn't matter where you go. You guys hear about it because when things like this happen to me and other people, we put it out there. We put it out there. So you hear about it. It happens all over. And it's just not, and I was getting comments. I mean, I can keep up with the comments. I read them real quick. But people were saying, well, maybe Lut got targeted because of you, like because they knew she was with me. No, not at all. In our area where we live, there's a lot of action in the morning. People are getting up, they're going to work, the kids are going to school, they're walking. Some people walk to work from here. There's a lot of action. We got a road that goes down, and then off that road, we got roads where houses are, and there's a lot of action. But now come 10, 11, 12, our roads are bare. Like there's nobody on the roads, nobody on the streets. The kids are in school. No kids are out playing. It is quiet unless somebody leaves their house maybe to walk to the sorry store or whatever. Or you'll notice like water delivery people coming in. Chippy Weeks, thank you, sir. 5 of us got thumbed in 97. Still love the Philippines. Sorry to hear about that. It's quiet unless you got, utility people running around. You do have trikes. I mean, people bring people from, wherever. You got people on bikes, right? But they're quiet. Look just happened to be walking down the street. Gentleman X, thank you. Like you, I work in high security environment filled with all the social pillars. I am no stranger to violence. Yeah, we work in them environments. We know exactly. Look just like she walked down the road. Not even 50 yards. And she does that every day. She's even done it at night, but she's always taken Bing or Hannah with her, or both of them, because it's dark. And I tell you, look, middle of the day, she was just walking down to give the dogs food. She gave them food and walking back. Like I said, not even 50 yards. These people, because we've seen it on CCTV, they turned the corner. She was there. Perfect opportunity. Pull the knife. Go in shock. Like I said, look, do you think, I personally don't think they would stab anybody. I don't think they got the balls to stab anybody, but they use that knife as an intimidation. Because if people were stabbing people around here for phones and stuff, trust me, the police would show up. They would do their job. But it was the intimidation and the scare tactic. And of course, you're going to be scared. Who's not? A Filipino woman, not a big girl, not, able to defend herself. And people, well, she shouldn't have been carrying her phone. She wasn't even carrying her phone. It was in her pocket. It was in her pocket. Now, somebody will say, well, it was in your pocket. You should have told him you didn't have a phone. Well, let me put a knife on you and let me see what you think or what you say. But that shock matter. It shocked her, and give me your phone. She did the right thing. But yeah, broad daylight. She wasn't targeted because of me. I could tell you that right now. She just happened to be there. Wrong place at the wrong time. And the same day that happened, because word gets around, people talk here. They talk in the neighborhood. The same day that happened to Lut, 2 other phones got stolen. 2 other people got jacked with a knife and their phone was stolen. 2 other women. So it was 3 women. 3 women the same day in the area. So people, you need to move out of that area. It's a dangerous area. Well, I've seen it many times here. I live over in a secured development here. We're paying all this money and this and that. I've seen them places get robbed. I've seen those homes get robbed. I've seen it. I've heard about it. It doesn't matter where you live. And the thing is, trust me, there's more Filipino on Filipino crime here than Filipino on expat crime. Like I said, you guys hear it because you watch YouTube, you watch my channel, you watch other channels. There's more crime Filipino on Filipino. Chubbs just put out a video here. And if you guys remember the old woman that sweeps Walking Street every day, they robbed her. They even robbed her. They'll watch. All right. There she is, this kind old woman, friendly old woman. She's walking around and she's sweeping up. People see her, people that live here, people that, are here and interact with her every day. They'll give her food. They'll give her a few pesos, here's, what I mean? Here's 100 pesos. Here, she doesn't beg. She doesn't hold her hand out. She doesn't ask for anything. But The other Filipinos, and there are guys that will see this, and they'll see that people are giving her money, and then they'll try to get it out of her. They'll try to extort it out of her, try to threaten it out of her. They do that. They do that. They'll go after an old woman because they know foreigners are giving her money. Even little Junior, little guy. They went after him, robbed him. It's like a thief robbing a beggar. That's what it boils down to. With guys like Junior and say, the other beggars that walk up and down Walking Street and put their hand out and ask for money, it's like you got a thief robbing a beggar, right? If you think about it. But not the old lady. Yes, the 74-year-old lady from last week. She's been robbed because they know she has money. So they, these guys will target her because they know that she's getting money from foreigners. That's how low some of these people are. It's crazy. Tudor Loyal Roberts, thank you, kind sir. Hi, Brian. We'll be in Angeles in November. Awesome. It is November. Everybody wake up. Wake me up when November ends, right? Wake me up. Wait, it's October. My bad. Wait, I'll be back in November, August, September, October. Oh, okay. All right. It's October. Wake me up when September ends. There it is. There you go. It's September's over, guys. Wake up. Every time September 1st rolls around, that goes through my head. Wake me up when September ends. It's over. October's now. It sounds like they need back the foot patrol. Yeah. See, even like areas. I know where Luke lives. Lucas Musser. I've known Lucas since I've been here. I know where he lives. And even where he lives, they have security there. And it can, even though you have a security guy there, even though you have a security whatever there, people will, if they can find a way, they will get in and they will rob people. Like I said, I live over in this gated community and we're paying 50,000 pesos for our apartment. And they've gotten robbed too. So, yeah. That's the thing. Like, what do you do? Go to the PMP. Nah, I ain't going to do it. If you're going to fill out a piece of paper, that's it. That's all you're going to do. Fill out a piece of paper, put it underneath. Hey, we got a picture of them. I've gotten, the comments were coming. Well, there's a picture of them. Put the pictures all over the neighborhood. There's nothing you can do. You cannot identify those two people, period. Period. You can't identify them. You cannot visually identify them. So there's nothing you can do. You can go to PMP, it's just going to be a form. You're going to fill out a form. When we went down to the barangay, they brought it up on the screen and everything. We're all looking at it. Nothing you could do. There's nothing you can do. It's crazy. Can't do anything. I say, because there's two ways in and out of where we live. There's only two ways. There's not multiple ways to come in and out. Two ways in and out. All right. Why not have your barangay constantly roaming around? Barangay officials, volunteers, whatever. All right. You come into our development area or where we live, and first of all, if you don't have a plate on your motorcycle, you're gone. Get out. Goodbye. See you later. If you're coming in on a bike and you don't have a helmet on and you got your face wrapped up like a ninja, nope, you're gone too. Take it off. You're gone. Everybody's going to be identified. All right. You say, well, yeah, and it's true. You're going to wear a helmet, but still, you're not roaming around in your ninja outfit, your ninja wrap. It's not happening. Put it in the communities area. Because like I said, people don't want it. Your Filipino people don't want the crime. They don't want it. And now that this happened, I heard a story. A subscriber was telling me the other day, he was at one of the clubs here, One of these disco clubs, not the girly club, the disco clubs. I don't know if it was Hammer or XS, not XS, Hammer, or these are disco clubs. Then these disco clubs at 2 o'clock in the morning will get packed full of people. Filipinos, expats, you name it, it's packed full of people. Everybody's drinking, everybody's drunk, everybody's having a good time, everybody's dancing, everybody's banging into each other. They're packed, right? They have people, people will come in there. These pickpocketers will come in there. This subscriber of mine was telling me he was in the bathroom at one of these clubs doing his business. So he looked over. Security drugged this Filipino guy in the bathroom and just started whooping on him. Just started whipping the hell out of him. He said, next thing you know, the security's reaching in this guy's pocket, in his bag, and he's pulling all this money out on the table. They're pulling wallets out on the table. He said, the guy goes, I was standing there going to the bathroom watching this. He goes, I looked over and he goes, hey, that's my wallet. But yeah, they even do it like that. That's how these people are slick. They're good. They're professionals. So, am I fed up with the Philippines? Nah, I'm not fed up with the Philippines. Am I moving back to America? Nah, I'm not moving back to America. No, I was out at the club yesterday. Great time. Were you with Ace, Andy? I'm not leaving the Philippines. No. Why would I go back to America? Like somebody said, Chippy, I was robbed at Rockwell Pasig, an inside job. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear you were robbed. Andy? You guys could go up to Perimeter Road. Take them up to Perimeter. No, why would I go back from go back to America and deal with all? No. I'm retired here. These things happen. Unfortunately, it happened to us. I was able to tell the story, give you hands-on advice because it happened to us or happened to Lut. But no. So there's 351 people. 351 people. You've heard it. I'm not fed up with the Philippines, and I am not moving back to America. So now you can drop off. Yeah. Like I said, you guys hear it because, America's gotten too expensive. America's gotten crazy. And everybody has their own, thing. Well, I carry a cheap burner phone, and I carry this, and I carry that. So if you're going to carry a cheap 20, 30, maybe $50 phone, when do you carry like your real expensive phone? When do you carry that? Everybody has a solution, and everybody thinks and does their own thing. And everybody, like Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until they get knocked the fuck out, right? If I stuck a knife in me, I'm going to, you don't know. You really don't know. Those crazy ones that work in around harsh, hard environments and violent environments, no, because they've been in those positions. So, have you looked into the stab-proof, bulletproof clothing? It works pretty good. Let me see. You know what? Here's the thing, look. When I worked in corrections, they mandated us because the state went out and bought these stab-proof vests. They were stab-proof vests. They mandated us to wear these vests. They said, you got to wear these vests. And the prison I worked in, we didn't have air conditioning. It was hot as hell. Hot as hell. It was an old prison. So we had to wear these vests, right? We were mandated. So a buddy of mine took his vest home. Well, we took them all home. He took his home, and he took it, and he took the outer sleeve off. It was an outer sleeve that that was over top of it. And he took the vest itself and sat there and stabbed it and stabbed it and sliced it and stabbed it and sliced it and to see if it was actually going to work. It did and it didn't. Anything pointy, like a pick, it could puncture. Anything pointy. And most of the weapons you find in the prison, at least the prison I worked in, the majority of them were like a pick. They were like a pick because you'd be better off taking a slash, a cut, than a stab. A slash is going to rip you open. A shank, a stab going into you is going to puncture vital organs. So you always want to take that slash and not the stab. But they worked okay unless you had a pick. Yeah, a pick wasn't going to protect you with that vest. But yeah, we did have to wear them. Oh, they were hot as hell. I hated wearing them. But you did what you had to do. What is this? Why do most expats from Phil like teens, very young girls? But guys here, 60.7 years old, even Phil, people calling them dirty sexpats. They ruin Phils. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know. Why do most expats from Phil, maybe Philippines, like teens, very young girls? Well, I wouldn't say teen, very young, and 18 or better. Okay, let's go that way. But guys here, 16 years old, even Phils, people calling them dirty sexpats. They ruin the Phils. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to get. English, please, Anthony. Yes, English. You're trying. You're trying. I couldn't speak Tagalog if I tried. Everything here is Kelly is so expensive. 15 for your pants. Yeah. Pork bean 18, Henry. That's yeah. All right. Anybody want to let me throw out an invite. Maybe somebody would like to come on and talk, say what they have to say. Thank you, Jim Grady. I'm out. I hope Louise is doing better. Yes, she is. Little is doing good. The first couple nights here, she didn't sleep well, and even during the day, I would look at her and you could see like she was, like there, but kind of like not paying attention. Yes, pepper spray. Pepper spray is the best. However, trying to find some. I'm trying to find. I got to talk to somebody coming to the States. Yeah, there it is. Somebody want to join the live stream? Feel free to jump on and see. Yeah, CD will join. He'll get his Navy hat. And he'll join. No, don't bring CD on. We don't like CD. Yeah. Andy Walmart. Oh, Walmart. $15 pants at Walmart. Things are getting expensive here too, guys. Don't be fooled. Don't continue to think the Philippines is cheap, because even it is cheaper than other, than the States. Things are still going up here too. They are. Just part of it. At Hillbilly in Asia, pepper stay doesn't work on 10% of the population. Just pisses people off. Really? There's a dude in where was I? Bring on CD. There it is. Anybody want to jump up? There's the link. There's some dude I just seen, because I always watch Philadelphia news every day, except on the weekends. And there's a dude running around with bear spray. There's these big cans of bear spray that people get when they hike out in the woods and everything like that. I guess pepper spray the bears or whatever. But there's somebody running around. I don't know if it was Philly or wherever. They're bear spraying people. They're bear spraying people. That big stuff, and it burns and all that other crazy stuff. Just like I seen they what was it, where they went into the department store? These are gang raids, right? Big groups are breaking into these stores and stealing stuff, and they're all planned out. I seen that, and you know what I say? Because when they had the uprising in Philadelphia there, and they were breaking in. NAC, Matthew is NAC. Love to meet you, Matthew. You guys, where we like to hang out and stuff. So stop by. We will definitely like to meet you. Remember when they broke into the Walmart? Please stand down. Stand down. Stay out in the parking lot. Watch them do what they got to do. Stand down. Nah. Police, pull up. Grab your weapon. Now, we're not going to blast you with lead. We are, however, going to blast you with paint. And then we're going to, later on, hunt you down, and we're going to arrest you. Blast them with paint, because they're all going to be wrapped up. Paint's going to get on them. Start blowing some tear gas in there. Oh, that's inhumane. We can't do that. That's wrong. Well, sorry. Start doing it, they'll think twice. James. Ryan, Wild Outdoor. King Guard. Police. NATO. Qualified. Effective spray. Wild Outdoor. King Guard. Police. 110 millimeter. NATO. 110 millimeter. Highly qualified effective spray. On-hand stock, ready to ship. Protect for personal security. 490 pesos. I've looked at pepper spray here, but then it's like, how good is it? Like, how good is it really? Would it work? James, let me see. One more time. Let me put the link. Philly, I'd fight with you, man. Let's see. James, I'm going to add you to stage. Whoa. All right.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I'm sitting out here I'm on the balcony, and it's dark out.
All right.
Too bad it wasn't yesterday. There was a SpaceX launch. I could have showed you sending up some more Starlink. Seems like they launch about once or twice, even twice a week. But speaking about getting robbed, I was robbed in a jeepney in 1969. They had a knife, took me out to Dow, dropped me off in a rice paddy, but left enough money so I could get back to the base. That was nice of them.
1969. All right.
Yeah.
You're saying what did they do? Hold you a knife point or something, and then drive you out to the
Yeah, I jumped in a jeepney, and that's when I got robbed.
Right.
Like I say, they took me out to Dow and dropped me off in a rice paddy. That was but they looked nice. They left me enough money to get back to the base, a jeepney or whatever.
I'm not laughing about what happened. It's like I said earlier. I think in their mind they think they're a nice guy. I'm robbing you because I need the money, but I'm still a nice guy. So let me give you enough money for you to get back to where you got to be. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah, well, that's about what happened. So I got back out on MacArthur Highway. I hopped in a jeepney and got back to the base and reported it to the air police or security forces or whatever. And They said, "What do they look like?" I said, "Well, they all look the same to me." not, not to belittle anybody.
Right, right.
But anyway, that was my story about being robbed in '69. But I wanted to comment on a video or a vlog you had on Lily Hill.
Okay, yeah.
I used to live right at the foot of Lily Hill in the barracks over there. I was in the first mob, and across on the other side was the 69 22nd. They were the ones that were operating the elephant cage, which is just past the hospital.
Right.
But anyway, that was a great time. I can feel for Lutz. I was scared too, and it was kind of a shock to get robbed like that. But anyway, I guess crap happens. You can get robbed here in the States.
Sure.
Now they smash and grab. They'll get into stores and just clean it out. And then you have those will just shoot your ass. Or, excuse my language. They'll just shoot you for no reason
Sure.
at all.
Right.
So it's just as bad. It's bad here in the States. And like I said before in an earlier comment, I wouldn't mind moving back, but I'm just too damn old, I think. My next move will be in the National Cemetery here north of the Kennedy Space Center.
All right, right.
But anyway, love your
Wait,
program.
so now
And
the video, get back to the video of Lily Hill I did that you've seen, correct?
yeah, I saw
So
that. I don't
you
remember when you did it, but I saw it.
so were you in those barracks down the road, or were there barracks like directly down below the hill there on
It
the
was
road?
right at the foot of the road.
Okay, because they're
The one
gone.
I was in would be on the right hand side as you're getting ready to go up or nearing the foot of the hill. But I even
Okay.
got a traffic ticket there one time for not coming to a complete stop.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, those were the times, and I like watching your vids when you go through the base. Nothing looks the same to me,
Right.
except for the hospital, as you may know, because my daughter was born there back in whenever it was in the 70s, 78 or whatever. But then it's
Right.
enjoyable. I love to watch you and both you and Chubbs. So,
Okay. Awesome.
and I know I was watching his vid here a little bit ago, and he said that Junior was robbed with an ice pick, I guess it was, as you were
Right.
talking before, but he didn't
Right.
have any money. So,
Well, he claims he didn't.
yeah, that's true. But anyway, love your show. So, good
Thank
luck.
you. All right. Thanks for joining.
I'm waiting to see where you're going, where you're going to go. That's what I'm really interested in. Your next trip.
Surprise. Surprise.
Yeah. So, anyway,
All right,
have a
James.
good one.
Thank you, James. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, yeah. What do we got? Disconnected. Kick. Oh, hang on. Hang on. No, I didn't. Wait. Go back on, CD. I accidentally kicked you. Here's the link. So here is the link. Doc Padilla, Philly. I'm in Arlington, Texas. Here in Texas, we have the Texas Castle Law Doctrine. Stand your ground and Texas Motor Act. This law states you can use your firearm. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Let me, you guys come. I seen on the news, there's CD. Hang on, CD. Let me bring you up. I seen on the news. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. There is a group of people running around Texas because you can carry openly a rifle, even like an AR and all that. You can openly carry. And these people are like going into, all right, we're adding everybody. These people are going into like Burger Kings and all that with their weapons, all right? And of course, they're sitting there eating. They're not bothering anybody. But people are seeing this and they're calling like 911. They're getting their cameras out, and the police show up and they're legally allowed to carry like that. So I heard this is going on because something to do with in Texas, you're not allowed to openly carry a pistol. However, you can a rifle. That's what I was told. So maybe Doc, maybe you know something about that. I don't, or maybe somebody else does. Welcome, CD, Hillbilly, Tim, and Gil and Eric. Welcome, welcome.
We're here.
Thank you.
Hey, how you doing, Brian?
I'm doing okay. Where are we at? Did we add? Nope. I think everybody's here. All right, we're gonna bring the broke ass midget up here. What do you got to say, broke ass?
Well, I think in Texas, man, it's legal to carry a pistol on your side. You don't have to have a license. Now, when you put it in your belt behind your shirt, that's concealed. You have to have a concealed weapons license. And if somebody's out in my yard stealing the tires off my truck, I can kill them dead, and there's no problem with it.
Right?
I don't believe that.
That is not accurate.
That's not true. It is. It damn sure is.
No,
I'll tell you. I'm from Oklahoma, and I worked 20 years as a police officer there. And Oklahoma is constitutional carry, has been for quite some time, and that means you don't need a license. You don't need anything. You can carry openly, or you can carry concealed, loaded, whatever, and you're not going to be able to just shoot somebody out there stealing the wheels off your truck at night. It's not gonna that's Oklahoma. I'm telling you, in Texas, you can fucking do it, and it's been done, and they had no problem. It's stand your ground, the castle law, protect your shit.
Well,
that's the law.
That's if you're being threatened. Now, if someone's breaking your car, you can't just go up and shoot them. You have to be threatened to enact the castle doctrine on your property.
Okay, if you say so. I've seen more news about people getting their ass shot for stealing shit in the driveway.
Well, there's probably a lot of details they're not telling you, you're not knowing, but the law states that your castle doctrine, to stand your ground law, you have to be threatened and be able to prove it, and then you can blast away. But
that's correct.
But yeah, you can't shoot somebody. I drew down on a guy once in Oklahoma who was breaking into my car. He was under the dashboard trying to hotwire it. I walked over there, stuck my .357 Magnum in the back of his neck, and said, "I'm going to blow your head off." I didn't, but he came out and he took off running. Well, he called the police on me, and the police came and were going to arrest me for drawing down on him. But they decided.
Where was this? Where in Oklahoma was it?
This is Oklahoma City, and this is 1983.
Yeah, different laws back then. All this constitutional carry is pretty new now.
Yeah, here in Arizona, we've had it since 2010. No license needed. I still keep one though, because when you go to buy firearms, you don't have to have a background check. You can just buy it and go, just like you're buying a soda.
Well, you're going to give that all up when you move to the Philippines, CD.
I've already sold my arsenal, and I had an arsenal.
Yeah.
I made a hell of a lot of money.
Your wife can carry. All you have to do is get her license, and she can carry it. You shoot him, you give it back to your wife. Your wife says she shot him. I know a lot of guys do that here.
Sure, yeah. As long as she doesn't have Tampo and blow you away. My wife almost shot me when I lived in New Mexico. I at a drive-in theater in Gallup, New Mexico, of all places, and I came home late, and I forgot my front door key. So I came in the back door, tripped over a trash can, and made all kinds of noise. Well, when I came into the bedroom, it was dark. I heard a click, like the 1911 she had, and I hit the deck. and she unloaded, blew away the dresser. I was on the floor. And she unloaded 7 rounds, man, just ventilated the bedroom. So I get up and I turn on the lights. She's in the car, in the bed, like this with a smoking gun. Yeah, that was a good one.
Broke ass midget, are you from Texas?
Yeah, man. And I pretty much know the fucking laws, but let the law carry the badge, not me.
Right. Now,
motherfucker stealing something off of my car, I'm gonna shoot his ass dead. They can sort it out later. No problem.
Isn't there a law on the books still, or a law on the books in Texas still that says you can shoot a man if they steal your horse?
They can hang your ass if you steal a horse.
That's still on the book, right? That's still on the book.
If you get caught with a pair of wire cutters in your pocket, they can hang you. If you spit on a sidewalk, they can write you a ticket.
It's still on.
Yeah.
It's still on the state where a single man can't own a
cow, a pig, any livestock, you can get hanged.
Now, hey, something that I do know in Texas, there in Dallas area, I think it is. No, it's Houston. If you are a Whataburger employee and you shoot at the customers through the drive-through, man, they'll just slap you on the wrist, especially if you're African American.
Yeah,
I mean,
I saw that too. It's getting crazy here.
Yeah, Texas doesn't mess around. They carry.
Well, hey, Brian, I got robbed at City of Dreams, man. I had $300 put on 26, and they landed on 00. Them fuckers.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever been threatened in the Philippines when I go there is the one time somebody started a fight with me. It was another American, and I was like, seriously? It's like I'm there all the time. Everybody's super friendly. The one person who had a problem with me started a fight with me because Glai is 25 years younger than I am. And so
I believe it.
And then
I get threatened every night. I go in there and try to do some plumbing, and she goddamn gets a bolo after me.
Yeah. No, that don't surprise me that another expat wanted to fight you, and that don't surprise me at all. Filipinos they're not like that. They're not going to come at you and want to fight you, and they're just not. Expats will. I do know one thing. When I do move, and I've said this, when Hannah is done school, I'm out of this area. I've said it many a times throughout the years. Wherever I move, it's not that I don't want to be around no expats, but it's not going to be as many as like here where I live. Because you will go crazy living somewhere in the Philippines here, and the only person you can speak English to is your wife. And everybody else, you got one other choice: learn the language.
Hey,
Brian.
Tagata
is nice and cool. You don't need an air conditioner. There's a few expats, not a lot. The embassy is an hour and a half away, and pretty much everybody speaks English. But you don't see a bunch of conos running around, bunch of expats like Dumagetti, none of that garbage,
Yeah.
Every time I've been there, the best places I've been are the places where I could not find other expats because everyone was really friendly there. It seems like your more populated areas where there's a lot of expats like Cebu, Manila, those kind of places, people just aren't as friendly. I think it's because they have too many experiences with bad expats there, and they label us all the same. But when you go out to the countryside where you don't find other expats, everybody wants to talk to you. They'll pull over just to have a conversation with you, and it's great.
Yeah,
I don't have that experience here, and I live pretty far out in the province. But most of the Filipinos here, they will not talk to me.
Really?
They're shy, yeah. And
Shy?
Really, if it's a one-on-one thing, they will come up to you. You're right, but if there's a group of them, they will not speak English in front of the other group of Filipinos because they bully each other.
Yeah, they laugh.
They laugh at their English, man. They're shy. They don't want to be laughed at because of their English by their friends.
Well, I'm lucky the town I'm in has only got like 15,000 people, and it doesn't have a main highway there, Brian. So it's a good city, but it's not like, a lot of people.
And another thing too is, you're out in the province. Those people don't know how to overcharge you. Like they don't know how to give you that skin tax because
yes, they do.
They do. Yeah, well, you know what? They're. I mean, there's Lutz province. When I was down there, it was the same price. Even when I was there for Lut for everybody, like they didn't know how to overcharge you because they didn't have to do it like up here. They will do it because they know there's so many foreigners here. In her province, I never got overcharged. She never got overcharged.
I never buy anything. I send my Asawa, and she's from the mountains of Mindanao, and she's part Jewish, man. She'll talk them down on everything, and that's just how it is. I don't carry money. I don't carry a phone. I don't carry nothing. And she dresses like a mountain girl, man. She dresses poor, like a squatter liver, So they ain't not gonna rob her either.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I give all my money to Gly. I just say, here, you keep track of all this. I just have to tell her to tip people. That's the only thing she forgets to do.
Yeah.
Your woman sounds like my woman. She don't dress fancy or nothing. I buy her clothes and she don't even wear it.
Hey, I buy my sour nice clothes. She tries them on. I'll take a picture, and that's the only time I ever see it.
Right. I've bought Glide dresses and brought them with me and give them to her, and I've seen them while I'm there, but she wears them one time and then it's right back to ragged shorts and loose.
Now her little sister, she'll take anything I give her. She loves anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at I'm looking at some of these comments from this asshole Andy Omar. God, oh, you're such a pussy. That's right.
Where's the
Andy? He said you never touched a weapon in your life.
I was a police officer for several years. Gee. Would you like
Hey, Navy dude, don't insult Andy. He don't know nothing about pussy. Come on, man.
Yeah, Andy's my guiding light because me and Gly's YouTube channel. I always think.
Here's my.
Wait, don't show that. Don't show that.
10 millimeter.
Can't show that. You can't show that.
That's what
not on
tells
YouTube.
me every night.
Oh, no. Somebody's going to report me to YouTube now.
God damn.
Still on YouTube? Okay, it was.
They're fun. Trust me, YouTube is funny. YouTube is funny about that kind of stuff.
They're commies. YouTube are commies.
How can they're funny? Because there's a lot of gun shows on YouTube. I know a guy that shoots freaking a 50 caliber, and he got like 3 million followers, and he shoots about everything you can get a hold of.
Let's make this clear, CD.
Yes.
Like Andy would say right now, that was probably your kid's plastic pistol.
That's what it was, and I pulled it out.
That's what it was. Your kid's plastic pistol, or your grandkids, your grandchild's plastic pistol.
I got it for 99. I got it for 99 cents.
Hey, Brian, I've seen Kid Rock with an automatic weapon shoot a 12-pack of Bud Light on YouTube.
When I got started with weapons, we didn't play with no toys. We played with the real things when I was 8 years old. I tried to use a shotgun once. I was 8 years old, fell on the ground. He said, I'll get right back up.
Yeah, that was a super soaker.
I actually sold. I had a bunch of weapons. I sold them all the last several months. I planned on leaving last April to move to a devout city, but I postponed till this April. And so I sold all my guns several months ago, and I actually made a killing. I got a lot of profit. But, I had some pretty heavy duty hard. Got some good money for it. A lot of bullets too.
Right.
I got a deal on bullets. I bought them several years ago, and I sold that stuff for 3 times what I paid for it.
Right.
It was great.
Yes, Matthew. Yes, Matthew Allen. If I move, I'll continue to run my YouTube channel. That's why, I like doing it. It's fun. I enjoy it. People want to see it. Will my channel drop off when I move out of Angeles? Yeah, but who cares? There are people that just want to see Angeles City. And then a lot of my subscribers, they don't care. Like, they enjoy where I go, what I do, what I show, vacations, diving. They enjoy that. It's not all about Angeles City. Angeles City will always get the views. People always want to see the girls in the walking. They're always going to get the views. But no, yes, I will continue to keep vlogging. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but
Hey, man, I went to Angeles City one time. I ate at Tequila Reef breakfast. It was excellent. I loved it. I didn't even go down Walking Street. I could care less, man. In Texas, they got totally new.
Don't mind if I
What do I
join in,
want to go
right,
watch
guys?
a girl? What do I want to go see a girl walk around in a bikini for? That's boring. That's good God, man.
What? What?
Wait a minute. It's
And-
boring. Girls in bikinis are boring.
Girls
Yeah.
in bikinis is boring. Come on.
Hey, just standing on a stage, kind of moving. Yeah, man, come on. That's not worth my time, man. And I went to Longapo or Subic Bay. I stayed on the beach. That was okay, but I got no need to go back up that way.
That TV right
Hey.
there.
Yeah. Turn that off. Turn that off or whatever. The TV HG.
Okay.
If you could turn it off, that's great.
Brian, you need to
Okay, I'll do it.
travel. I like your travel.
Thank you.
Yeah, I try to go to a different place
You
every
watching,
time
honey?
I'm there, but
You
if I
watching?
tried talking Glide, if they mentioned going to
Okay,
Angeles
never
City,
mind.
they'd probably kick me out. So I
can see the
leave,
TV.
leave that off the list.
Apparently, there's video from another security
I mean-
camera that didn't get downloaded the other day.
Think about
Sure.
it, Brian, 'cause you gotta be-
Yeah, I gotta go, guys.
Oh,
Wife
okay.
doesn't want to turn on the TV. Thanks, though.
Oh, right,
We
because
know
there's
who
a big
wears the
feedback.
pants.
It's only
know who
because there's a
wears the
big
pants.
feedback. That's all. Not that we don't want you or I don't want you to join. It's just we can hear it. It's like a feedback. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go to your bedroom.
Turn off the TV. Jeez. What the hell?
Yeah, Brian.
Wait.
You should do more traveling because that's what I like about yours when you travel.
Yeah, I like getting out and seeing different things. To get out of this city and just get away and fresh air and I like doing that. Let Mr. Tough Guy with the gun speak.
Brian, I'm sure you'll probably have plenty of new things to content with, I would think.
Well, sure. Like people say, oh, you run out of content. Every day you wake up, you got content. You're alive.
That's true. But it only takes a tank of gas to go wander in the Philippines, Not much for a tank of gas,
Boy, this Andy Omar sure has
Andy.
a pair of panties on. He's really going on.
He really likes you. He really likes you, CD.
I think he's probably
He does have on a pair of panties. What do you mean? He gets a discount.
Yeah, he's really out there, man. He's got a problem. He's got emotional issues.
Yeah, did I miss something? When did you become?
I just watched Andy Omar's comments. He's hilarious.
Andy wouldn't like Texas.
He really hates you.
Everybody carries it.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Because I went off on him on a stream a couple weeks ago. That's probably why I call him off. And he deserved it, but yeah, so he likes to give me shit.
Yeah, I was saying he's like the police for us because every time Glide puts up a new video, that's the first thing I think about him. Like, is this something Andy's gonna come after us for?
He's a little boy. He's pathetic.
Andy goes to Seattle, Texas. They carry. I know. I had a friend of mine. He still carries this old 45 on his gun. Like an old time 1800 Colt 45. He carries around town.
All right, let's welcome Andy Omar. Let's welcome Andy Omar.
I just find it funny that he goes on a live stream talking about showing his manhood that he never probably touched a good weapon. All of a sudden, trying to win his argument, he goes out there and shows a fucking gun on a live stream for internet.
Where's your image? Are you afraid to show your ugly face?
What a fucking pussy, Mr. Tough Guy with a gun. You said you've been on the fucking law enforcement and everything. Why do you need to downgrade yourself and wear a Navy cap? What the fuck? Like, it's more honorable being a police officer than fucking swapping the deck and putting your booty hole on the line. Fuck that shit, you old little fuck. It's more honorable being a police officer. And anyway, what the midget says, it's actually true about the law, the open carry laws. It's actually very true. So Navy guy, you're wrong again, because Texas guy over here, I used to open carry before. I used to open carry everything, and even if people show up in your property, you can actually literally fucking shoot them. That's how it is. Also, you can conceal carry. You can conceal carry when you're traveling from different cities. You can conceal carry because of the law of traveling. So
in Texas,
anyway,
to conceal a weapon in an automobile, you have to cross 3 county lines, which in Texas that's nothing. But
no. You can only cross one.
A weapon in a car in Texas unless you have a concealed weapons license.
You can only cross one line, one county line, and then it's the law of traveling. It counts.
3.
No, 1.
How long you lived there, Andy?
I was stationed there for many years, so yeah, I lived there for a while.
Boy.
I lived in Texas from 1983 to 1987.
I was in Fort Hood, so I stayed in Killeen.
Yeah, I know Killeen very well. Let me tell you, Andy, I only lived there about 57 years. I know the law. I ain't no Fort Hood rugrat, okay? I didn't do no 440 looking for cheap women. I know the gig.
Okay.
I was specifically referencing the Castle Doctrine law. That was it. Andy.
Yeah, and you know what? I was mostly agreeing with you, Aaron. So there you go. I mean, agreeing with the Texas guy. I'm not talking to you, Navy boy. I'm talking to the Texas guy. I was mostly agreeing with him because most of the things he was saying is true about how Texas works.
I know it's true. I don't have to worry about anyone approving with me or not.
There you go. That's it. That's all I gotta say. All right. Thank you for having me, Philly. Cool.
Thanks, Andy.
All right.
It was great. My favorite guy.
There it is.
He had to come on. I pushed his buttons and he came on, man.
You took all the light off Tim K now.
I pushed his buttons. I can push his buttons at will, apparently, and he just freaks out. That was great.
Yeah, we carry rifles on our ATVs in Texas.
Yeah, hell yeah. Texas is friendlier than hell gun town. When I lived there, I carried a KG-99 under my seat. Actually, that was illegal, by the way, in 1983, but I still did.
I carried a Philippines.
Well.
Yeah. When I lived in California in 1978, after I got out of the Navy, I used to strap on a 1911 unconcealed, my Colt and a 45, and I carried a loaded magazine on my right. And the cops used to drive by and look at me, but they never busted me because I was legal at the time.
Hey, I had a girlfriend that shoot better than me. I got expert in the Army. That woman got Hawkeye. And you got to see her in a bikini shooting a damn M16.
When I was on the Enterprise, I had a bunch of friends. After I spent 30 days in the brig for getting liquored up and fighting, I met a lot of Marines because they ran the brig on the ship. Well, I used to meet them on the fantail when they were shooting weapons, and we went out there and shot M16s, M30s, 1911s, M14s, and they let me up on a catwalk once to blast the 50 calibers, shooting at 50-gallon red drums out in the Indian Ocean. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Wow. You make me feel bad. I didn't join the military and get underpaid.
Yeah, I made when I went in, I made $315 a month. I was making $315 a month, but we did get $50 a month tax free for being in the war zone. So $50, that was a lot back then.
Man,
Yeah, you got to watch out for them barrels. They get mean, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ripped you off. I got 150 for every day.
Oh, you were raping them.
No, but yeah, hazard pay was $150 more.
Really? What year was that? What year was that? I mean, I was in. It was $50 in 1974.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. But that was a lot of money back then. And I blew it all into Longapo City on booze and hookers.
Damn.
Back in the day.
I spent all my money on booze and hookers.
I went in 87. I was there in Germany when Reagan, the wall bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent all my money on women, booze, and gambling. I wasted the rest.
Hey, when I was in the Army, I spent it on renting cars. Now, anybody been in the service knows what I'm talking about. I was renting cars, spending it on the bars and women.
My sister's husband got drafted in 1970. I think it was 71. Well, I went to visit him. He said, "Oh yeah, I got my draft notice." I said, "Well, when are you going?" He goes, "I'm going to Canada," and he did. And when he came, he said, "Fuck this, I'm going to Canada." So he left our sister there, and he went to Canada. He came back during Carter, when Carter had that amnesty in 70. I think it was 76 or 77. He came back.
Yeah, I was military police for a while, and since I've got out, I've never had the urge to have a gun. But I think once I get Gly over here, I'm probably gonna get one just to keep in the house for protection. But
yeah, get over to the Philippines, just registered on your wife or girlfriend, you're fine.
Yeah.
No. I think he's talking about his wife coming over there. Are you married, or are you doing the K1?
When we first filed the K1, this is like a year and a half ago. At that time, K1 was more expensive, but it was faster than the spousal. So we decided to wait and do the K1. So then shortly after that, we found out that now the K1 is the same speed but more expensive. So we ended up going the most expensive route and the longest route. So she's still not here. We filed last July. We just finally got our NOA 2. She should be here maybe in the next 4 months. But
were you married in the Philippines?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're doing the K1. See, when I did ours, oh God, 8-9 years ago now, it took like 4 months.
Yeah,
that was all pre-COVID and everything. Now it just seems to take forever.
We're up to about 450 something days since we filed.
Hey, man, fly her into Matamoros, Mexico.
Yeah,
walk across the river and apply for asylum. Take her to Las Vegas, rent an apartment, get married, and apply for spousal visa.
We joke about that all the time because it's like, Jesus Christ,
simple.
I couldn't just have her walk across the border.
You can walk across the border at Eagle Pass, or you can go over there by El Paso under the freaking bridge and walk right across. They'll let you walk across.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was that, hey, trust me, if it was that easy for a Filipino to do that, they'd be over there.
It is that easy.
Right. It is. They got Africans, they got Saudis, they got Russians, they got Chinese doing it. It's that easy, buddy. And carry a backpack full of fentanyl while you're at it. Pay for the trip.
Yeah, but you get Brian. They get $2,300 a month plus the hotel room.
Yeah, when we first started, everyone told us just bring her here on the tourist visa and then marry her and change status, and she'll be here in 4 months. And I was like, no, I'm former law enforcement. I got to do it by the book. And then here we are.
And not only that, to get that tourist visa is very hard.
Yeah,
I know people that have investments here, and they applied for tourist visa and they couldn't get it. Like that's hard to get.
Yeah. Plus, we tried to get, because I visit there every year since we started. I stay for about a month just to kind of break it up. And we were like, if I could just get her here on a tourist visa and make it a lot easier, because she could stay here for 3 months instead of me going there for 1 month. But they say no, since we filed a K-1, you show intent to immigrate. And I'm like, yeah, but we show intent to do it legally.
The problem
it doesn't matter.
Visa, you have to own property, like your house, right?
Yeah.
You have to have a full-time job saying you're going to come back to the Philippines.
You have to have lots of money in the bank. We know not a lot of Filipinos do that. You have to either own a business, be registered in college, have a lot of money in the bank, or family, children that you have to return to. You have to prove beyond a doubt that you need to go back to the Philippines for them to give you a tourist visa to come over here. And most Filipinos, they don't have that kind of stuff to end up getting a tourist visa. How many Filipinos have enough money chilling in the bank that they have to go back, or a business or anything like that? It's crazy.
How many even have a bank account? That's a rarity here.
Yeah, my woman's got a bank account. I paid for her bank account. I went and got all her information, her passport, paid for everything. I got her house, lot.
Is that your average Filipino? Is that your average Filipino? Out of 100 million, how many you think have a bank account alone?
Yeah, in generalities.
Well, if you
not many.
want your woman to get a tourist visa, you had to put out the money. So that's what I did.
They got Gcash. Gcash.
I got Gcash.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Brian, why don't you send me a little on my Gcash, brother? I'm short of my Tuesday. I'm short of my pay on Tuesday fund.
I wonder if
You'll pay me back, right? You'll pay me back, right?
On Tuesday.
Let me ask, can you, well, places like condos, they let you pay your rent with Gcash?
The Gcash is very big here. You go to 7-Eleven. A lot of them now accept Gcash.
Condos?
You never know.
That'd be great. That'd be sure convenient.
Like when I booked the place that we're going to next week, I Gcashed it to him. He goes, I accept Gcash. Yeah. And I said, okay. So I Gcashed it to him.
Yeah, because otherwise, you can only get like 10 or 20 grand out of an ATM at a time. And if I'm paying like 40 or 50,000 pesos for rent, I have to be going to the damn ATM 3 or 4 times just to be able to pay my rent. So Gcash would be great.
You could Gcash pay your electric bill, your cable bill. You can pay everything. It seems like now with Gcash.
Yeah, but you can also transfer to Gcash from the U.S. too. That's why I do it first.
I tried to get Pay Maya, and they wouldn't accept me because they wanted a picture of my passport. I sent them that, and then they want a picture of right now, and I got a beard. I don't look the same. They said reject.
Doesn't
shave your beard off?
Don't they require you to get a new picture when you change your appearance, like with a big beard or something on your passport? Seems like I read that somewhere once. That if you,
I don't know.
Yeah. When I was in the Navy, a guy in my squadron had a car wreck. He was sitting in the back seat. He was on leave, and the guy driving rear-ended somebody, and he flew through the middle of the seats and smashed his face right into the dashboard. And he had to get total face reconstruction, and he looked totally different. He had to carry two ID cards before and after, and you could.
I went to the embassy, and the guard out front wants to see your passport, so I showed it to him, and I had a beard and long hair to my ass. But when I was standing in front of him, I was clean shaven with a number 3 haircut. He said, "Is this you?" I said, "Now who the hell would fake a name like that? Come on, buddy." He said, "Go away."
Sounds like a drum.
What did you do?
Feedback on somebody.
I went in the embassy.
Yeah, I did what Brian did. When Brian had that sorry store, I said, well, if I started on a business, want to get her over here. Remember, Brian, you had to own a business, right? So I started a sorry business. So I got the house and the sorry store together. The sorry store is like a store, cafe, clothing, facing the road, and the houses in the back.
Good one. Life Advice Channel. This guy makes more stories than Joe Biden. I do have a lot of stories.
What do you got to say, Jerry? What do you got to say, Jerry? Put your 2 cents in here.
Not much. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
You're very low.
Who's whispering?
Sorry about here that.
Can't hear you. Oh,
Sorry, Jerry. I had a somebody. Is that you? Hang on a second.
Somebody's sonar.
That yes, broke.
Maybe turn off the sonar.
broke ass midget. Your sonar is going off. You got something playing in the background.
Louder than my pacemaker.
there it is.
Oh, there it is. It's his pacemaker.
Hey, don't tell all my secrets.
Yeah. Jerry, you came through very. Your volume was very low.
Yeah, hang in. Let me check something.
A little better.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah. If we could just get that pacemaker from stopping.
You know, one thing I like right about the Philippines, like if you could build a house freaking cheap, you build it and you know the right people. And I built a house for her with that store together for about 150,000 pays for the 2-bedroom.
Yeah, can you build like a decent house in the Philippines for like 45,000?
A Nipa hut.
Doc, let me address you. Let me address Doc's question here. Yes, they do have firing ranges here. They do. However, and I checked into it. As an expat, even though I'm on a 13A permanent visa, I was told, because I talked to the people at the gun range, I talked to the PNP, we can't own a firearm as a foreigner. A Filipino can. Look can get a firearm. She has to attend some type of, I got to hang on. I got to mute. There we go. She's got to attend some type of class or some type of seminar, and then she can own it. But yes, they do have gun ranges here. They do. And you can purchase weapons here. Yeah. I can't, but if she got qualified and went through all the proper procedures, she can. But yes, they do. They do have gun ranges here.
Yeah, mine shoots the M16.
Right, Jerry?
Yeah, there's a gun store owner here that I talked to maybe about a couple of months ago. In actuality, foreigners can, believe it or not, get a gun license from what I've been told from this guy. And this guy's been here for about 10 years. But it's a really, it's a long process. And you really got to know some people. But you can get a 10-year license. What I've been
you got to spread some money around.
Again, money greases everything here. So it's possible. But it's it's a slimmer chance, you know what I mean? But yeah, if you're a local, you can get a gun license if you're a Filipino for sure.
I mean, you can get a weapon here. Down in the province, when I first came over, I was talking to people there, and within that day, I think 1 or 2 people showed up, and they were going to sell it to me on the spot. So you can get it, but something happens. What's going to happen?
I mean, Andy, we don't have that kind of issue here in Valencia. Stuff happens everywhere in the Philippines. Don't take me wrong. And there's been a couple of murders here in Valencia, but I've never seen like people coming up on scooters and robbing people. Not here. Now, maybe you go to Bacon. That happens over there. Not as much. You don't see it that much in Darwin. Again, it just depends on the area that you live. You're going to see it. It just depends on the area you live and how the PNP react. Here in Valencia, the cops don't mess around. They're on it, but not as much in Bacon. So again, it just depends where you live.
Yeah, I believe that area has a lot to do with it. I do, because most people don't want that. They don't want the crime in their area. They just don't. But you're in a city like this. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me see. Crazy. It is crazy. Let's see what Red Horse. Red Horse. Welcome, Red Horse. What's up?
First off, I'm sorry to see that video with Lut. I'm glad she's okay.
Thank you.
And I had to put that joke out there. I don't know if you remember it, but when the guy said he wanted you to pay him off for the pictures, and you said everybody's got pictures of Lut.
I've already seen them.
Yeah. You don't have anything everybody else in Angeles doesn't have, pal. Sorry. Hey, just real quick, I wanted to throw it out there. Somebody was asking, can you build a house for $45,000? Absolutely.
Sure.
It's all a matter of what it is you're looking to do and that kind of stuff. I'm looking into it myself. I've already bought a property and looking to build out there, and 45 is more than enough for something comfortable.
Yeah, that's our
2.5 million.
Yeah,
2.5 million. Yeah, you can build a house for 2.5. It ain't going to be the best quality material that they're going to use. I tell you that right now.
No,
like 2.5 million. What is that? That's in U.S. dollars, like 20, 40, about 50, 60, 50,000. Yeah. Yeah.
When
you can build it less than that. This guy would build me one that's a store to bottom. The house on top has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. We've got a half bath down for 2 million pesos.
Well,
it's the materials you got to worry about. It's the materials.
Yeah, but
there's 3 different tiers of house prices here. You got the low end, middle, and high end materials. So that's what you got to look into. What kind of materials? How are they mixing the cement? Because I know a guy, he just got a house built. 2 years later, he's already got cracks, small hairline cracks inside his house on the walls and stuff. So again, you got to watch out how they mix the cement, where they're cutting costs. Again, that's part of their profit. So you got to be careful on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm lucky because my woman's father run a business, and her brother is a master carpenter. So he knows how all the local.
Right. Yeah, you're lucky.
Our plan is, while she's here for the next 11 years till I retire, then I figure we'll spend 5 years paying off land and then 5 years building a house.
That's a long time, 11 years. Jeez.
That's a long time. Can I make a suggestion? Are you going to try to buy land on credit? Is that what you're trying to do, payments on buying land?
Yeah, in her name, of course. Yeah.
I wouldn't do it that way because anything could go wrong, because that property will not be put in her name until that property's paid off, and anything could happen and your money's gone. The best way to buy property here is if you got the whole amount of cash, you walk into that closing, they give you the title, and you give them the cash.
So just take it all first.
Right. Because think about it. And then you better make sure that property, whoever's selling you that property, that person's name is on the title only. Or if there is 2 or 3 people, you better make sure they all sign off. Because if it's extrajudicial, if it's the previous, like the grandparents or parents, man, you're asking for trouble. You're asking to lose money. So again, cash and carry, man. Don't do payments.
Not just that though. The first thing I'll tell you right off the rip, do not even entertain the possibility of buying a property without a lawyer being involved.
Yeah.
For all of the $200, they'll do all the legwork on the background of the property, of the owners, of the family, of the extended family, who's responsible or who would have to be signing off, including the deceased, because that comes into play sometimes too if they're the descendants of the deceased. So there's a lot of little complications that $200 to a lawyer can solve a lot of those problems. So do that.
It's actually a little bit more than that. They take a percentage of the. Here's what you do. They take a percentage of the. It's normally 3% of the sale price. Okay, but what you can do, you can just get a second deed of sale. I'm not going to go too much into that, where it's a lower valuation. when you come in and try to transfer the stuff to your name. But there's a lot of stuff involved. But it's going to cost you about 3% of the sale price. But some lawyers will do it for 1.5. So shop around.
But you're speaking from your experience, and that's another thing that needs to be said. All of these things differ from place to place. Some places don't have titles to land. Other places have tax declarations.
Right.
Correct.
And I know a lot of foreigners that are scared to death of a tax declaration, whereas there's no other option out there. So it's not that it's a scam. It's just that's the way that property is at the current time until, maybe the government changes it. Maybe they don't. So as far as the 3% and all that kind of stuff, that's your experience. Mine is a $200 flat fee. He's done all the groundwork. He's done all the paperwork, and that's all taken care of. So
we always hear the horror stories, but I think there's more stories out there that are good, but we hear the horror stories.
Right. Nobody likes good news.
I knew this guy in Bahal who took his property and he just built like 4 small Airbnbs like in a row, and each one was only about the size of a hotel room. Best place I ever stayed, by the way. And he charged about $550 a month for each one of those, and then he took that money and built 4 more going up the side, and then 4 more going across the back, and that what he lives very well off of that now. And that's, I'm kind of thinking of something like that. Since Gly's 25 years younger than I am, I got everything I'm thinking about is when I'm dead, how is she going to support herself? So I'm trying to think of a way of like having the house and then just start building little Airbnbs. But of course, then it has to be somewhere where tourists are going to actually want to go. A lot of the property we found are like 45 minutes to an hour away from any city. I'm like, that's not going to work.
Why don't you just get life insurance? Get life insurance and then pay her off.
Is the place like a small city that's just starting to get bigger, right? And then get the beach property, which then it's really cheap. It can go between 500 and 1,500 a square meter. Then it's like beach property. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not bad to buy outside those kind of areas, especially if it's in an area that's, starting to grow or an extension of a resort area, because it's eventually going to sprawl. So that wouldn't be a bad idea. But those properties, they're all going to fluctuate in price too.
A lot of places now I hear are banning Airbnbs. So I know Airbnbs, if every year I've gone there, it's gotten more and more expensive for me to go because Airbnbs are starting to cost as much as they do here in the U.S. half the time.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever stayed in an Airbnb where the host was a Filipino or Filipina. It seems like everywhere I've ever stayed, the host is some other country.
There's a foreigner somehow involved in it. The Filipino wife might be the one you meet to show you around and let you in, but there's always a foreigner involved.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, where I got mine located at is it's around about 15,000 people, and they're starting to build what we call a national highway from this resort town. It's small, right, to the main city. So see, that's why the prices here where I'm at are cheap. I can get a 1 hectare with 450 feet of beach for about $2 million.
Well, that's pretty good.
Well, yeah. Again, it just depends where you live. Like there's somebody put up a resort in Chateau, which is maybe about an hour and a half south of us. 3.8 million. It's great, right on the beach. But then you try to buy beach property where we live, Darwin. It's 15 to 25,000 per square meter. So
but here's the thing. The thing about beach property, in my view, it's too hot. It's beautiful until Yolanda comes and pays a visit, and then and then it's all for sale again. The property that I bought is about 3 minutes from the beach, and it's level. So any oncoming flooding, at least I've got a chance. I can't help. I don't want to be the guy about the skies falling. But I've seen too many of these happen, and they happen annually. So I don't want direct beach property. It's nice to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Speaking of flooding, you guys who are in the Philippines right now, how often do you hear about crocodile attacks over there? Because every time I'm over there, Gly starts showing me videos in the news of somebody else being dragged away by a crocodile. They don't censor anything in the videos she shows me. And now I'm terrified every time I'm over there to go anywhere near fresh water.
Yeah, I think it depends on where you live.
Yeah, she's
I think it depends.
That's where like the
Bhutan?
largest crocodile in the world.
There's no crocodiles here.
Are you sure she's not showing you videos of Florida or something like that?
Oh no, these are big crocodiles.
The only thing they have in the Philippines is crocodile tears.
I thought it was alligators in.
Wait, she's in Butuan?
Yeah,
Butuan.
Yeah,
there's crocodiles in Butuan, right?
The biggest crocodile in the world was from Butuan.
Yeah. I know right where Butuan is, and my wife said there is. I think it depends on where you live. Like you're not going to find them here. You're not going to find them up in Baguio. But I think it depends on where you live. There are crocodiles.
Yeah, she's traumatized me to freaking crocodiles now, so I won't even walk anywhere near a lake or a pond anymore.
I think most of the crocodiles are in Mindanao.
Yeah, that's where Butuan is.
Well, I believe it. I mean, they'll people here will bathe in the rivers. They'll wash dishes. The kids play in the rivers. So does it happen? Sure, but is it one of those where are you better? Is it one of those where, like, when a crocodile attack happens, your percentage is like being in a plane crash? It's so high. But you probably hear about it, sure.
Yeah, I get inundated with those videos every time I go to the Philippines anymore.
Well, just make sure your neighbor is an Australian. That's the noise.
Just throw some bait in there first.
Crikey.
Right.
Yeah.
The price of this guy quoted me at is 50 pesos per square meter with the 450 feet to the beach, and then it goes back from the beach, 32 hectares, and then it goes up, it levels out. It has level area about 20 feet from the beach. Or I could build like a house and stuff. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But that's not bad, is it? It's 50 pesos per square meter.
I really don't know. I haven't priced land to find out. Prices of land are going to be vary from place to place. Here in Angeles City, I say it, the value, the price of land here is overpriced in Angeles City. I've said it and I'll say it again. But, you go out in a province somewhere, it's going to be cheap. It all depends on where you're at.
Yeah, it's just 50 pesos per square meter. He wants to sell 32 hectares.
Yeah.
But the more you got to do your
legwork first to find out if it's even, like Jerry said, make sure it's not like family owned. Make sure there's so much involved to make sure that property is even freed up.
Not to mention getting electric and water out to it.
Yeah,
electric, water.
Yeah,
you'll be all right. Just buy some Starlink. You'll get internet.
Well, let's just see if there's any telephone poles around there.
It's next to the city. You got Pascal. You go from Pascal, you head east, and then it's right where the water for the city stops. And it's right off. It's the end of the main road as it goes out of town. See what I'm saying? It has electrical and everything.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to pay to have the poles and the lines run. All that stuff comes into play.
Yeah, how far are you from the road? That kind of stuff. That's. I mean, it's not like overly expensive, but you got to pay for each pole for running the lines. There's some cost involved.
Not to mention a road. You may need that.
Yeah, a road.
Yeah, it's on the road. That's where the road dead ends from the city.
And
so it's 450 feet from the end where the road stops, the blacktop, or you call it concrete over there, and then 450 feet back, and it goes behind it. So it's right on the. It's on the beach. He owns the beach, and the other side of the road, it goes back.
And another thing that's also never talked about, if somebody owns the property at the road, and you better make sure there's a right of way, because that's always a problem too. So, I mean, we can keep going, but that's why I say that the first thing you need to do if you're looking at any kind of a purchase is get a lawyer involved. You need to do that. And there has to be what do they call that? When they measure the land, they have to have markers in there. A survey, thank you. So they'll have to have the people come out there and make sure that you've got your markers. All that's part of it, and it's all got to be handled through your lawyer.
Yeah, it's hard to find. You know what they use for markers? Oh Lord,
they're stones. Yeah, they actually.
They should actually have markers, like legal markers.
Right.
These things
Yeah, they're like stones.
to dig out, but you can dig them out, but it's very hard to dig out. And some people will move them markers on you, so you got to be careful and have it re-surveyed. That happens.
You know that there was a story. I'll just tell it real quick. There was a guy that had he had purchased a house from someone that was, like a fire sale. Buy. So it was such a great deal. He jumped on it. Come to find out, the house was built on someone else's property.
Oh, I heard that.
Now he was trying to negotiate for the lot next to it, that he would give them that property if they would allow him to have a house.
I've heard stories like that.
Oh, yeah. If you don't do your homework, due diligence, don't take shortcuts.
Yeah, because once you buy that property, you're stuck with it. You'll never get that. It's really hard to get that money back. I've heard of rare stories where somehow this one guy bought some property, broker still held the money, but then they couldn't get it. Something was wrong with the title. He got the money back, but that's like 0.00001% of the people that'll get their money back. You're pretty much going to lose the money. You're screwed. And you're not going to do shit about it because it's going to cost you too much money to go to court. And it could be in court for like years, and they'll just suck you dry, them lawyers. So that's not what you want to do.
No, of course.
All right, guys. CD Morris is leaving, so that means I got to leave. And I know Andy's going to be disappointed that he's leaving, but yeah, I got to go, guys. I gotta get me something to eat. I'm hungry. Thanks for stopping in. Hang on. What did this guy say? Damn, I didn't know Jerry is an electrician, engineer, lawyer, real estate broker, architect, and contractor. Jerry, they're everywhere, aren't they? So anyways, guys, hey, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for getting on the panel. Like I said, I got to go grab something to eat. I'm hungry. Lut's hungry. And I guess we'll keep doing another video. No video tomorrow. Today's my day off. So, all right, guys, thanks. And we shall talk to you later.